What up, gamers and tech nerds? So, Ryzen 3000 has finally dropped. I already had a video up about talking about this earlier, but some new details came up and I just decided I'm gonna re-upload this video. I just feel like all these YouTubers missing out on something very important, and I want to talk about the price difference a bit between Ryzen, or actually AMD and Intel. Because one of the biggest selling points for AMD right now is that you get similar performance, but for a much lower price. So if we look at my local retailer here, we can see that the new Ryzen 3800X is about 461 euro. And looking at the 9900K, which is the current champ from Intel, it's about 579 euro, right? So obviously the Ryzen is like 110 euro cheaper. And that's all good, right? Everything is fine. But when we look into the motherboards, so I put together two shopping carts here. One AMD rig and one Intel rig. So I chose the Asus ROG X570, which is the latest chipset for the Ryzen, and I took the same motherboard but the Z390 for the Intel. The price difference between these two motherboards is actually about 120 or 130-ish euro, right? Where the AMD version is the more expensive one. Then all of a sudden the price for the motherboard has eaten up the competitive price for the CPU, and we end up about the same for both parties, right? But then if we look into memory, and because Ryzen had, especially on Ryzen 1, they had a lot of problem with memory compatibility, or RAM compatibility. And on Zen 2, they mostly fixed this. There was still some problem, and keep in mind that the Ryzen 3000 launch is still the Zen 2 architecture, so it's basically a refresh. But so AMD recommends you to run certified RAM. Of course, you can gamble it and wing it and just buy whatever RAM you want and cross your fingers and hope it works. But for this example, I took Ryzen certified RAM, and I chose the G-Skill Flare X. It's a 16 gig kit of 3200 megahertz RAM. This is a 174 euro kit. And if we look at the other side, I picked the Corsair Vengeance, also 3200 megahertz kit, a 16 gig kit. This is a 96 euro kit. So it's almost double the price. Well, not quite, but almost, in RAM, and it adds up even more to this. So if we look at the final result of these two shopping carts, the AMD rig is 985 euro, where the Intel rig is 872 euro. So in the end, when you build the whole rig with graphics card and NVMe storage and all that, is it gonna make a difference on the total price? You're probably even gonna come out lower on the Intel side, cheaper actually, than you do on the AMD side, because of the mainboard price difference. And let's be real, nobody buying these high-end CPU, the highest end CPUs, is gonna buy a B450, what is it called? B450? Or like a B350. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna buy the X570. So I think that, well, this is down to what you prefer, I guess. I have no bigger preference right now. I run an Intel in my gaming rig, but you know. So I think actually the biggest selling point for AMD right now is not in the high-end segment. I was looking at the AMD Ryzen 3400G. This is with integrated graphics. This is the Vega 11 graphics. this is a 172 Euro CPU, 4 cores, 8 threads. You compare this with a $90 to $100 B450 motherboard and get some RAM. I mean, you're gonna have a solid low-end, mid-end rig. It's I don't see Intel having anything competing with this actually. So this is where I see AMD's strong side, not in the upper segment. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you. See you around.